Okay, so I'll move to Route 53. Now to show the complete demonstration of Route 53, or if you want to do the hands-on of Route 53, you need to always make a mistake. There is a space. So what you have to do, you will have to have a domain name, a registered domain name. Now what you can do, if you want, you can get a domain name from the Route 53, from Amazon Route 53. So I will show you. Now I am in the dashboard of Route 53. On the right side you can see domain registration. So I will click on register domain, and I can specify by what name I want to have my domain name. Let's say I want to have a domain by the name AWS, what should I give? Example, let's say, or example.com, something like this. I want to purchase a domain by the name example.com. Okay, I'm checking whether this name is available. Can I purchase this name? So I'm just checking that. Yeah, so it gives me a message that example.com is already used by some other customer. Now it is giving me certain suggestions. If I like the suggestion, I can pick up any name from the suggestion, and against that it will show the status as well as the price. So how much you will be charged for a year. Okay, or if you want to have some other root level domain, now this is .com, you can select, because each root level domain has a different pricing. Okay, or you want .org, so you can just click and you can check whether in a different root level domain do you have this particular domain name available. Okay, so here also it's not available because it's already been purchased earlier, right? So you can specify, and you can, let's say I want just by the name sonal.org. Let's check. So this is also not available, and it's giving me some other suggestion. So okay, whichever I want, let's say I want to go with any one type of name, I will have to click on add to cart, and then it will provide me the detail like how much I will be charged, as anyhow it was highlighted before. And then so we can continue, and then we'll have to provide our details. Okay, so and then the payment gateway. So once it is done, the domain name will be given to you. So like this you can purchase a domain name from the Route 53, AWS Route 53. Okay, or you can purchase it. Let's say I have purchased already from GoDaddy, and now I want to manage it by using Route 53. That also can be done. So we can purchase from some other vendor and we can manage it by using the Route 53. So I'll just go with the hosted zone. Since I have already purchased by using GoDaddy, I want it to manage it by using the Route 53. So what I need to do, I will have to create a hosted zone, but right now it is already there, but I'll show you the procedure. Once you purchase the domain name, you will have to create a hosted zone. Specify your domain name. My domain name is sonal.sada.in. This is the one which I have registered. I purchased it by this name. Now, whether you want to go for a public hosted zone or a private. I want to make it public because this I'm going to deploy a website, so I want to access a website by using this domain name. So I want a public access. Okay, if you want to use this domain within your environment internal to your company, okay, so you can even go for the private also. So it is just a private to your organization, the domain name. Now I'm using the domain name, just creating a hosted zone. As I specify my domain name and the type, that's it. Click on create. The moment you create a hosted zone, it will automatically create. I will just remove the one which I created right now before this. Just keep the default things. Now once I go for the hosted zone, again I'll show back, just a moment. So you will have to click on hosted zone, create hosted zone, specify your registered domain name, select the type, click on create. Once that is done, it will automatically create the name server for you. Sorry, yeah. So it will automatically create NS, that is name server, and start of authority. So you can see here automatically these two will come, and it will create in four different name servers. It will create for redundancy, and then SOA. So this name server will have my zone files. Okay, will have my mapping information, and the start of authority will hold the authoritative name server information. Okay, now what I need to do, since I have purchased by using the third party vendor, I will have to make certain changes in that particular domain name from where I have purchased. So since I purchased from GoDaddy, I will have to go to that particular site. Just a moment, I will go to GoDaddy and I'll showcase you what you have to do. I will have to log on. Now this is my domain name. I have to click on DNS. Now whenever you purchase your domain name from any vendor, it will automatically create a NS and SOA for you. Okay, name servers will be automatically created, but my requirement is that I do not want to use their name server which is provided by GoDaddy. I want to manage my domain name by using Route 53. So what I need to do, I will have to change the name server in this particular the DNS management of GoDaddy, right? So here I will go down in the name server. I have change option here. So I have already done that. After I purchased, I have to log on, change here, and here you can add it. You can copy from here, whatever, sorry, oh, yeah, you can copy this name server one by one and paste it here. Okay, all that name server you have to add it here, save it, that's it. So that is what I did after I purchased my domain name. Now, once that is done, now it will be managed by my and if you see here, the names also you can make out easily. In the name, all this name server, we have the word AWS, right? And if you compare these names also, you will be able to understand same names are there. Okay, so I've done copy and pasting over there. Now, once this is done, I can start creating records. So now my domain name will be managed by Route 53. So you can purchase from external vendor, you can manage it by using Route 53, or you can purchase it from Route 53 and you can manage it by Route 53. Both can be done with Route 53. So now let's start creating the record. Now let's say I have hosted a website on S3 bucket. Let's say my user is trying, now I have a registered domain name. User is trying to access sonalsada.com, .in. And whenever a user is trying to access this domain name or a website, my Route 53 should route the traffic to EC2 instance because I have configured EC2 instance as a web server. Okay, this is one requirement. Another requirement, or not requirement, I can say another example wherein I have defined the ELB. Okay, so what I will do, whenever a user is trying to access this domain, the Route 53 will route the traffic to the ELB, and behind ELB I have EC2 on which the web server is deployed. This is second scenario. The third one, wherein I have the web server deployed on S3 bucket. Okay, just like we have seen static website hosting, right? We did on S3. So I want Route 53 should move to S3. Now another yeah, these three types we have seen. Another one which we have seen just now is CloudFront, right? So and then the origin server for CloudFront is S3. So what I want, whenever any user is trying to access this domain, the Route 53 should route the traffic to the CloudFront, and then CloudFront is picking the data from the S3 bucket and distributing it to the user. Okay, so like this we have different kind of scenarios depending on where you have hosted your website. Accordingly, you can do the configuration. Okay, so we have seen in the theory part, like we can host the website on an EC2, on an S3, or on an EC2 behind the ELB. Right? Now tell me which one you want me to show. I can just quickly configure and we can complete the demonstration. Tell me which one you want me to show. Second and fourth. Okay. So fourth already it is done, but once again I'll show you now so that you will understand how I did that time. Okay. So let me quickly go to the S3. One sec. So we will quickly go to S3. We already have a bucket created here, and we have the index.html.txt file, and website hosting is already there, right? So this is I'm just doing the one sec, sorry. I'm just doing the last one first. Fine. So this is there, everything is in place. So and the CloudFront is already configured. Let's go to CloudFront. Right, the canonical name I have already given. Okay, and the domain name I will have to map it with my Route 53. So I'll go to Route 53, means I will have to define a record over there. Now under the hosted zone, I will start creating select the hosted zone, and then I'll start creating the record. Okay, now what I want, whenever anybody uses sonalsarda.in, my Route 53 should forward the traffic to CloudFront, right? So CloudFront is another service, right? Route 53 is one service, CloudFront is another service. So whenever we want to forward the request from forward the traffic from one service to another service, we will have to define a alias record for that. So I will click on, now I will not give any name here, I will just put it like this. So when I'm not providing any name, means the host part of that. Okay, Sonal Sarda is a subdomain, .in is a root domain, and I can give www, that becomes a host, but I'm not providing any name over here because my registered domain name is this one. So I just want to use the registered domain name. So when I'm not providing the host part, this is known as naked domain. Remember this point from exam point of view. So this is known as naked domain or zone epic records. Okay, when the host part is not there. So Route 53 supports naked domain. Now I'll just keep it as is. Here let it be a record. You have multiple records here, cname a record. So I'll just keep a record and I will click on alias. Now here against alias target it will show me. As I click here, see whatever I have defined will automatically come here. Now as I scroll down, you should be able to see CloudFront distribution. Just below that we have a DNS name of CloudFront is highlighted here, right? And this is the alternate name which I gave. So I will just have to choose that, create. And just to show you, see here routing policy, what we discussed, we have the routing policy here. Okay, simple, weighted, you can click on weighted, you can define the weight, latency. Okay, so one by one we will have to define for the server, right? So I'll click on create. Now I'm defining a alias, I defined a alias record. This is the DNS name of my CloudFront. So whenever I use this name, domain name, it will do mapping to the DNS name, and that will take the the origin for server for that is S3. So it will take the data from S3 and will distribute it. So that is how I did that time. Now I can use this name. Okay, so it's reachable. Now let's move on to the next scenario wherein directly there on S3. Okay, no CloudFront. Alias is free. Yes, Gaurav, alias is free. So next record I will create, or I can do for EC2. Let me see if I have any EC2 instance. So quickly we can even do that also. Okay, there are no instances, not a problem. I'll quickly launch. By the time this gets over, we can complete the S3. So I'll just launch one instance. Enable, fine. Multi-value option. Let me just go back to Route 53. While creating the record, multi-value answer. Whenever you want to have a combination of multiple type of policy, that time we go for multi-value answer. Okay. Now where I was, yeah, I launched the instance. Now let the instance become active. The different policy combination. The simple, weighted, latency, that combination I was talking about. Okay. So what I was thinking, yeah. So let the instance become active. I will just go to S3. Now I will create this scenario. Okay, this particular scenario, wherein I will have to. I want that it should reach to the website which I have hosted in the S3. Okay, my Route 53 should forward the traffic to S3. So for that, I will create another bucket. Okay, and my bucket name should be the registered domain name. Only then it will get highlighted in my Route 53. If I use just a random bucket name, it will not get highlighted. If I show you quickly, so many buckets already we have right now. In demo 27 we have the index.html, and if I go to Route 53, I try to create another alias, hosted zone, select your hosted zone, try to create a new record. I'm just keeping it naked, click on alias, Here if I see S3 website endpoint, but there is no endpoint highlighted. Though I have the bucket inside that HTML index.html, I have already done website hosting, but it is not highlighted. What I will have to do, I will have to create the bucket by the name as by the registered domain name. Only then it will come here. So now I'll have to do that. I'll go to S3, create another bucket by the name sonalsarda.in. Click next, next, just going with default, and then I will put the permission. Now in this I will upload the file whichever you want. Let's say the same index.html file I'm uploading. I'll click on properties as we have already discussed. I will do static website hosting index.html .txt. Save it. Now this particular file, the object, I will have to give a public access. So I'll move here. I will select this. Click on the permission. Everyone. Read object. Save it. Okay. So I have done the hosting of a website on the SC bucket, as well as I gave the public access to my object inside that bucket. Fine. Now the things at the SC side is over. I'll go back to Route 53. I will create a record. Now one important thing, already I have a record by the name sonalsarda.in. That is the naked zone which I created. If I try to create one more record by that name, it will not allow me. Let me just do that. I am selecting alias. Now let's click on target. Can you see the bucket name is highlighted here? See sonalsarda.in. Can you see? Initially it was not there, right? So the bucket name should match with your registered domain name. Now as I select this, okay, I'll try to create. It will throw error. It is saying that it is already there. So we cannot have, means a single domain name cannot point to multiple website. Okay, that makes sense. So what I will do, I will just delete the previous one, because the last this one already I have showcased you. So this I will remove, and I will create a new record. Now this time I want to font that it should point to S3, right? So creating a record, let it be a naked domain, because I want to access it by using this name. I will select the alias. For that we'll define an alias, and then here I will choose the bucket name, create it. Now I can access this by using so only index.html file, right? So why is it going to every time www? Is this one at a time to configure in Route 53? What does that mean? No, one record. You cannot have multiple record by the same name. Let me just cross check if everything is fine. Things are fine. I think there is something missing at the S3 part. Yes, there is a dot. It will put dot Rajiv, but we don't have to use that. The Route 53 does that. I will just check once again. The permission, I guess there is some issue with permission. Okay. Now, what's wrong? Everything is fine. Properties, my website hosting. Yes, index.html.txt. Save it. Let me just cross check the file name. If yeah, let me see if I can reach to this directly. Yes, I can reach to this file directly, but I'm not able to reach to this. Let me just quickly check. Just a moment, guys. Just give me a moment. It's working, Samir? You tried? Okay. You can even access because it's a registered domain. Mhm. Yeah, it's working. Probably it took some time to update that. Okay. So now what we did? We hosted a website on S3, okay, and the bucket name should match with your domain name so that it will get highlighted in Route 53. So as whenever I'm trying to access this website, it is the Route 53 is forwarding my traffic to the S3 bucket. Okay, so that is the second one. Now let's do the first one. I want my Route 53 to route the traffic to EC2. Or before that, one more I would like to highlight. Now here, I want that. Okay, one sec. I want that whenever a user is trying to access www.sonalsarda.in, it should forward that to this particular domain. Means that request should be that request should get redirected to this particular domain. Okay, and my Route 53 should access that from S3. Okay, in S3 bucket, I will create a S3 bucket, and now presently I've already done that. The sonalsarda.in, I have a bucket. Okay, so whenever any user is trying to access, I should just a moment, just a moment. So whenever a user is trying to access www.sonalsarda.in, I want it should forward or redirect the request to my original domain name. Okay, that is what I want to do. So even if anybody try to use www this one, ultimately it will forward it to this name. Okay, and for this, the same thing what we have already configured to access this. So what I will do, I will create another bucket. Let me just quickly go to the S3 by the name www.sonalsarda.in. So let me create another bucket www. I will do redirection. Sorry. Sub www.sonalsarda.in. Now this bucket, click on the properties, go for static website hosting. Here you have redirect request. Okay, so this time I will not host any website under this bucket. I want whenever I reach to this website, it should redirect all the requests to my original domain name. Okay, target bucket or domain. So already I have a bucket by this name. Save it. Now once this is done, I can go back to Route 53. Now already the configurations are done over there, so I can directly check here. Uh, okay, public access I have not given to that one sec. I have to go back to the S3 and give the permission. I missed out the permission. Yes. Now Route 53. Okay, so it will take some time again to get updated because last time also we faced this problem. So just wait for a moment. Sorry, I just missed out one step again. I did not define a record. Sorry for that, my bad. So S3 part is over. I have created two buckets. One is by this name, another is by this name. Okay. So whenever any user try to access this, it will redirect to this name. And I made it public. This is done at S3 part. But one thing I missed out here, I did not define a record for that. So I will have to create a record by the name www.sonalsarda.in. For that, I will use the alias. Now this time, what alias name should I use? Can anyone tell me? For this requirement, my requirement is that, yes, very good. So I should use the alias name as this one. So that because alias, as we discussed, that it can forward the request from one resource to another resource, right? So now as I create this, now this is done. I missed out this one. Sorry. Quickly update. just wait for some time so that this will get updated. Okay, or by the time this gets updated, because instead of just waiting here, we can, yeah, it's done. So whenever I'm using, see, I'm using www.sonalsarda.in. As I hit enter, see, it is for redirecting it to my main registered domain name. Okay, so like this you can redirect your domain from one domain to another domain name. Okay, so now, yeah, this is done. Now for the next is, we will just complete this part. The EC2 ELB, you will just have to, just like how I did for the other, you will, once you create a ELB, you add a record, a naked domain. Okay, and click on alias, and as you click here, one sec. So as you click here, it will show you ELB endpoint will be there. Okay, so if once the ELB is created, it will automatically highlight the ELB endpoint, and that you can choose it. So I will keep that for your hands-on. But since the EC2 instance is already launched, so I will show you that EC2 instance. Okay, but ELB, it will just like how it is showing S3 endpoint, it will show the ELB endpoint. So now my EC2 instance is launched, so I will just quickly connect to the EC2 instance. We'll just create one web page, and we'll try to access this first one. We will complete. Okay. So let me just log on to EC2. So now I will just go with the public IP. We'll do a putty. Quickly launch. Okay. Browse. Just we are at the end of the thing. Let me quickly complete this demonstration. Okay. So sudo. I will have to install. So I'll just go with yum install httpd. Once this is installed, that path will be created. www html. I will create some file here. Let's say index.html or whatever name I want, I can give. Okay, just a simple file, service httpd restart. Okay, done. Let me just see if I can reach to this directly by using a public IP slash index dot. Yeah, so I'm able to reach to this. Now I will integrate this, means assume that now this is a web server which I have deployed on my EC2 instance. Now I will have to map this to my Route 53. So whenever I use sonalsarda.in, I want it should forward my traffic to this particular instance. Okay. So going back to EC2, sorry, Route 53, we'll quickly create a record for this. Now hosted zone. Now, since I am going to create by the same name, so I will have to remove the previous one. Otherwise, it will not allow. I will just showcase you one. Now for this, I will have to go with a record. A record will do mapping of the domain name with the IP address. So a record, and in the value, I will provide the IP address. Okay, like there was a question because I'm giving a public IP here, but this definitely will get changed when you restart your instance. So you can create a EIP and you can define that. So, but I'm keeping it as a naked domain. So if I try to create, since it is already there, it's throwing error. So what I will do, I'll remove the previous naked domain and then we'll create it. So this I am removing it. Create a record set. I want the type to be A. We'll provide the IP so that it will map to the IP and then create it. Okay. Now I will use this. Yeah. See now this one is pointing to that EC2 instance. So this is the first one, right? So we just have to create the record. If it is a record, it will just map. If you want, you can create a canonical record wherein one domain will point to another domain, or you can create an alias record. So like this, you can create multiple record and you can configure your Route 53. Okay, so guys, we are done with the demonstration of Route 53 and everything is done. So quickly we'll do the knowledge check, or you can take up the knowledge check from your end. I guess you have the material with you, right? So you can just go through the knowledge check and the quiz. So the best practices of Route 53 and the quiz is there. pricing and quiz. So I will just leave this up to you. Go through these things because these are quite self-explanatory. So everything I have showcased you, the demonstration, complete demonstration of your Route 53. Now you have an assignment also. So now you know how to create a hosted zone, but you will have to you will have to complete this practical, you will have to have a domain name. Otherwise you will not be able to do this completely. Okay, a registered domain name is required. So